Match that we all hoped it would be. Brilliant stuff from both players, but it's Ronnie O'Sullivan who prevails and heads into the semi-finalists, the first man into last four. Dominic, that was a great match, and Ronnie will be installing himself as one of the big favourites here this week.
He'll feel that way now, I think. He's just won the German Masters just a couple of weeks ago, hasn't lost a match obviously, and he's playing very good snooker again, and it'll be very pleasing to him, I'm sure, to regain some of that lost confidence of the last couple of years.
And we talked before the match about where it would be won and lost. Now we've seen the game. Where do you think he had the advantage?
Well, tactically, definitely. I mean, unless Judd Trump pots everything he goes for and makes 5 or 6, fantastic breaks, which he's been doing in certain matches this week and in previous ones, eventually, you're going to play a match that does require a good tactical brain and a lot of quality safety play. And Ronnie can play safety with anybody in the world. He's a tremendous tactician, knows the game inside out. Judd still has that phase game to learn to a degree. He's got a lot of experience, Judd, but I mean, by and large, he pots himself in, makes an abundance of big, heavy breaks, and that's his scoring force. That's what Judd does so well. But he did miss 1 or 2 towards the end there. The balls did get tied up in previous frame, actually, when Ronnie was 4-3 up. A couple of colours went safe, a couple of reds went safe, so you had to play some safety play, and Ronnie has the advantage in that department of the game. And
Judd really did knock in some fantastic pots in that, but it was the ones that he missed, and often was just leaving the white balls on a plate for Ronnie. And in this mood, he's always going to take advantage.
Yeah, I mean, it was an incredible red that Judd potted there when Ronnie had him in all kinds of trouble. But in the end, it wasn't good enough.
Well, Ronnie, very well done indeed. Again, you're knocking out all the big names in this tournament. You must be really pleased with the way it's gone.
Yeah, all credit has to go to Judd, because he put me under a lot of pressure out there, and he's putting some balls that I've never seen people go for. He certainly plays a different game to else, and so I was just you never know whether you've left him safe or not. Sometimes you play a great safety shot and you think might get an opportunity out of it, and then he pots the ball and clears. So, when you're playing under them circumstances, it does you under a bit of the cosh. I remember when I used to do that to a few players when I first came into
me.
I know how they must have felt now. But yeah, it's, all credit to Judd, because he's had a great season. He's been top 2-3 players in the last year or so. He's fantastic talent. And
playing on your mind before the match, just to make sure that your safety was top, because you just can't afford to give him any chances.
No, I just kind of thought, just go and play your game, and hopefully, I can put him under a bit of pressure, and hopefully give him something to think about. And there's no point trying to keep Judd under wraps, because he's far too good a potter. He's going to make shots. You just have to accept that's the way. It's the same with Mark Williams, and Paul Hunter was like that. There's no point in trying to wear him down and try, because they're just too talented, far too good a potters. All you can do is just try and impose your game on them, and hopefully, it's enough.
And in the match, Judd obviously got a big century break early on. I mean, how do you feel when you see that?
Well, no, it can inspire you, because you can sit there watching him and think, you can kind of sometimes pick up a rhythm and momentum in the game. So, I was never sort of sitting there thinking, oh, he's a quality player, he's a class. I expect him to make centuries. I was just kind of hanging in there.
And you must be really pleased as well with the way you're playing. I mean, we've already that you won the German Masters, and I mean, is this all kind of just building up the confidence every match, and so you just feel better every time you go out?
I don't know, to be honest. All I'm doing is I'm just giving it my best and seeing what happens at the end of the match, and just taking it from there, really. But I'm just pleased to be through, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
What does it mean to you, Ronnie, having seen Judd beat you the last 2 or 3 times, actually? And as you say, he's the most confident player in the game right now. He's probably the hardest guy to beat. What does it mean to you to actually go out there and beat him for a change?
Well, I wouldn't say the hardest for me to play. I quite enjoy playing him, because I like his game. I kind of, so I enjoy playing Judd. I mean, John Higgins for me is the hardest player you've ever played. Because sometimes you just don't see a ball for like 5, 6, 7, 8 frames, and plus he's knocking in 80s and 90s and tons. Judd's a completely different player. He's a bit like me. We play off of confidence, and when it's all going well for us, then we just pot balls off the lampshades. But you certainly know you're going to get chances, and you do against me. But you're under constant pressure out there when you're playing someone like that, because you think, well, what's happening next? Where's again in that frame now I was 4-3 up, and I put a white on the cushion, and same as in the UK, I was 5-4 up and 40 in front. I've left the balls, and I think game over really. And he's potted a red and cleared up, and you know, so he's done it again in that. So different types of players, but I like playing Judd because he goes for shots and, you know, he gets 99% of them, but, you know, the odd one misses, you've got to be scoring heavy enough to punish him.
Well, Ronnie, it was a real pleasure watching you again today. Very well done, and we look forward to seeing you in the semi-finals against Stephen Maguire or Mark Selby. Thanks, Ronnie.
Thank you.
So we're going to bring you up to date now on what's been happening over on Table 2 in this quarter-final between Mark Allen and Shaun Murphy.
Tend to be at the front of things, and I wouldn't say I'm a leader of people, but I do like to. We've got a bit of OCD, you know. I like to sort of run things. I was born in the wrong era. I think I would have liked to have been around sort of the pre-war 30s, you know, pinstripes, gangsters in New York. That type of era would have suited me down to the ground. I've got to the point now where I think I'll always be just a little bit fat. I'm not really bothered, to tell you the truth. I am trying to lose weight, and I'm trying to be healthy. I'm running the Sheffield Half Marathon with a few of the other lads. I'm at the point now where I'm quite happy with myself. I'm trying to teach myself a bit of piano. I'm learning some languages and trying to fill my time. It takes a second to say please or thank you, and I know you get taught that as a child, but you know, you wouldn't be surprised how many people forget about it, and you know, just to say thanks to somebody. I'm not too good at you know, getting over things when they've gone wrong, which is poor as a snooker player because they're going wrong all the time, and you know, I don't cope with that very well. But you know, I guess I'm a passionate person. I care about it. It's my biggest love, and when it goes wrong, it hurts.
Well, Shaun Murphy lost the first frame of his